Okay, this first week of vlogging felt like the perfect snapshot of what life looks like right now. It feels like all the different buckets that I juggle on the day-to-day showed up all at once, and it just feels perfect. And I want these vlogs to feel like a journal entry that I can come and look back on. And I also just want to share some context. I'm gonna walk through this week and we'll see if we like this format. I'm thinking like docu-series meets Good Luck Charlie, if you're catching the drift. This year, me and Joanna officially moved out of our parents' house. I've lived in dorm situations like through college and random bits and pieces of moving out, but neither of us have officially made that transition out. So this has easily been one of the biggest learning curves and blessings of this year. We were searching for a while with our friend and now roommate Haley. We had kind of given up until we found this gem of a house. It is in the perfect little neighborhood in the city, but still feels kind of right outside Nashville. Like we have a yard type of vibe. And especially after decorating for Christmas this year, it's just been so cozy. We're a little obsessed. And then there's Tucker. Haley and her brother rescued puppies earlier this year, and it was a complete surprise to her. But now this little guy lives with us. He is the man of the house. And I didn't grow up with dogs, so I wasn't expecting to fall for this little guy, but here we are. I just wanna squeeze him all day long. This week was a big one for Che-Che's. If you watched my last vlog, I touched a little bit on the small business that me and my sister are now running full time, but I want this to be a way to bring people along intentionally this next year. Since August, we've been a part of a program at the Nashville Entrepreneur Center. And so basically there are a few cohorts that you can join based on where you are in the business, and they are a nonprofit that's there to help startups and local small businesses have resources and people behind them. Every week on Mondays, we showed up for class from August till now, and then last week was our very last week. They wrap it up with this thing called Nashville Entrepreneur Day, where they put on this huge event at Geodis Park, where we all get to just showcase our businesses and what we've worked on, and we get the opportunity to present it to people in the city that are in the business world and just care about connecting and being a resource to the next gen of business. So for this day, we were pitching and setting up a booth, which meant we had a lot of work to do. Me and Joanna actually haven't pitched on a stage together before. Every opportunity you get to do this, you want to do it well. A couple days before the event, we ended up scratching more than half of our pitch and deciding that there was something else we wanted to share with this audience specifically. So we got to work. We were writing, rewriting, taking every spare minute we had to rebuild this pitch and to fit it into 3 minutes, which is what we had. We practiced so much until our voices gave out, just like that. The morning of the event day, we had a catering order for Belmont, my alma mater, who wanted chai for their cap and gown pickups for the December graduates, which just was the craziest reminder to me of the fact that that was me 1 year ago, and it's still hard to believe. So anyway, we were up at 6 making chai, practicing more, and then we dropped it off and headed to Geodis. Our parents took the day off to be there, which is just so kind. We got to show off the car our dad built for us earlier this past summer. It was just a really sweet day. We were so nervous. One of those like moments of being transparent of the fact that we are passionate about our business, we love our business, but these things still give us the nerves. We practiced a couple times the morning of, and for some reason kept botching it, and we were like, oh gosh, we're psyching ourselves out. But it went really well. We got to meet some really cool people, make some great connections that I feel so confident about for the next year. And after everything wrapped, we got to have dinner with our cohort and the other cohorts that were a part of the programs this past year. It was really great. We graduated again, which was fun. It was a really proud ending to a great day. The next day was a shift in pace. I work a part-time job with the Gospel Music Association located here in Nashville, but people work from all over. I started back in April and I work with the sponsorship side of things, and I got to work on the Dove Awards this past year, which was really cool. It started as finding a way to help with bills and help this transition into moving out. It's been one of the most unexpected tangible growth areas of my life this past year. Like, I've learned so much week to week. This past week looked a little bit different, and we partnered with the Bridge Ministry to do a community outreach day, and we just went in, and I actually went into a friend from college that I hadn't seen in forever, but we essentially helped pack gifts and fill bags with food. It was just a really sweet day to give back into our community, and it ended with snow. Like, we walked out and it was snowing, which was really Random, but one of my favorite things. But after all of that, we definitely needed a night to decompress. So the roomies went to the movie theater and we saw Zootopia 2, which was a banger. It lived up to the hype, it was fire, and I didn't know Shakira was coming out with another banger. I would highly recommend going and watching it. Then we went and got sushi takeout from this place close to our house and we brought it back. We watched another movie. We watched Santa Claus with an E. It's one of Haley's favorite holiday movie series, and so we watched the first one a while ago. We watched the second one that night and it was so good. It's an older series and I don't know why we haven't seen it before. It was just a very needed and very restful night in. The rest of the week was very church heavy, which is not all that different for us. Me and Joanna attend our parents' church. This is the church they started back when they moved here from India. My dad's dad was a pastor, and so my dad and my mom back in India were very involved in ministry. Faith is a huge part of our lives, and so when they moved here, they wanted to find somewhere that felt familiar and they wanted to find community in that. So over the years, we've met in anything from homes to hotel conference rooms to borrowed sanctuaries from other churches, and now they finally have their own church home. It's just become a really sweet, intimate, and tight-knit community. It's also the first South Asian church in Middle Tennessee, and so it's just been a testament to the faithfulness of God in my parents' lives. Another big thing is that most of the congregation doesn't have extended family that also moved here from into the States. So the church kind of fills that gap. This past weekend was our big Christmas event called Night of Hope, where people are able to bring in friends. We sing songs of all the languages represented in our church, and we do skits and we eat food, obviously. The kids are always such a highlight of this church for me specifically because it reminds me of when I grew up and it motivates me to invest into this community heavily. We've been there and we want to be there for them as much as we can. At the same time, we were also preparing for another catering order for Church of the City, who has also been a huge part of my story. They were hosting their volunteer holiday party on Sunday, and they asked us to make 300 pistachio cakes and 300 cups of chai, which is such a bomb combo. So over the course of the weekend, we went down to our parents' house, we did some work, we baked all the cakes ahead of time. In between this, I quickly got to see my friend Nikki, who came into town from LA for a little bit. Wanted her to have chai because she's one of the loyal fans, and I had to actually go buy it from our bodega store because it's kind of a long story, but I locked myself out of the house. I literally got to stay for 2 minutes, got to see the friends at what they call the Hype House, and it was really sweet to just quickly drop in. I feel like the number one thing people ask me right now is what does a day or what does a week look like as an entrepreneur? And I think I have a different answer every time because the answer changes every week. Some weeks we're doing a lot of manual labor, some weeks it's emails and meetings, sales and marketing. Usually it's all of it at once. People talk about work-life balance and having the perfect routine, and honestly, it can be daunting. I have a lot of thoughts on that and I'll put it in a video in the future, but what I keep coming back to is this idea of being faithful with what's right in front of you, whether it's a lot or it's a little. This week was such a reminder of that for me. Between work, community, family, faith, it can be a lot sometimes. Instead of trying to force that to look a certain way, I'm learning to just show up where I'm needed, savor the moments that I get to spend with the people that are placed in my life in this season, and take care of my mind, my body, my soul in whatever ways I can. It's messy, it's inconsistent. I want to keep being present in everything. You're only your age once. I'm only 22 once. Saying yes in one season, investing into communities in one season, nearly always comes back around with people investing back into you. It's not always a give and take, but it can lead to some beautiful full circle moments. It's the little things. I want to thank y'all for the support and love since posting the last video, and I'm excited for whatever this is going to be, and the best is yet to come.